Welcome back to BLOCKTV. This is the launch, powered by LunarCRUSH, where every week we will get the latest community-driven cryptocurrency insights. Now, joining us today, live from San Francisco, is CEO Joe Vezzani. Joe, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be here.
All right, Joe, to start off, you want to give us a quick recap of how your system works for those who haven't seen our segment last week?
Absolutely. So LunarCRUSH is all about community-driven insights. So we are scanning the web looking for only crypto-specific data, but we're looking to really harness and figure out the community around each project that's out there. And so we're looking at Twitter feeds, we're looking at Reddit, we're looking at news, and we use machine learning to identify what's happening in real time.
All right, well, let's jump right into it. What has been trending on LunarCRUSH this week?
So we got a good one this morning, and it happened a little bit earlier today, where some of the stuff a little bit earlier this week that kind of moved around a little bit, but I'm talking about Grin today. And so for those that don't know anything about Grin, it's a privacy-focused implementation of Mimblewimble. And so you might have seen a little bit about Grin when CoinMine came out, and this was the coin that they were originally mining on there, so it was kind of a plug and play. I know now you can also get Bitcoin, but I'm pretty sure that they're still kind of mining Grin and turning that over. But the cool part here is, we saw a big move up in Grin over the last couple of days, and there was a huge spike in social engagement a couple hours actually before that. So what was driving this though was a donation. It was a 50 Bitcoin donation that they got, and they published it actually on their blog, and they talked about it a little bit. And it was an anonymous donation, or at least they stayed anonymous to the public. And the interesting part here isn't so much the amount of money that they gave with the 50 Bitcoin, but it's from when this Bitcoin was dug up. So 2010, and we even got a little Telegram post from Charlie Lee where he's joking that Satoshi donated to Grin. Because these coins were mined so long ago, which is really interesting. And I think what's really driving the price up here is the fact that this is someone that has some deep pockets and can continue to push this project forward. So that's a really interesting project that we're seeing right now this week. Another one that we're looking at, which is really cool, is Basic Attention Token. And we saw a very similar thing happen to Basic Attention Token, where a big spike in social engagement here, where a little bit earlier in the week before we saw a little price movement. And what happened there was Brave actually announced their version 1.0 of their browser. So a great project that continues to release some amazing software and have a product roadmap that I think is one that the rest of the industry can really look at and can really take note of.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've been using the Brave browser in beta, and it's been wonderful to use. So glad to hear they're out with the 1.0. And I know you guys have your coin of the day. What's today's coin of the day?
So coin of the day today. Let's get back in here. Is crypto.com. And crypto.com had a little announcement, and you can kind of see some of the social volume is popping right about the same time. So we didn't really see kind of a leading indicator here or any precursor here, but what's going on with crypto.com is they've launched an exchange and powered by CRO, which is their token. And so really cool. I think the main thing here that's really interesting is we finally have, a project that actually makes sense from an SEO perspective. I think a lot of these projects should take note. It's pretty difficult, and I'm not going to pick on anyone, but if you name your project something very similar to what people are searching out there on the internet, that is a very common word, you're not really going to stick out. But I think a lot of people probably search the word crypto, and they're going to be right on target to make that, to convert a lot of users from that. So we saw a big spike in price movement, and you could see the social volume here was pretty flat. And what is also doing is pushing up this coin's alt rank. And so when we look at alt rank, we're looking at a bunch of different indicators that we've pulled together from social, from price movement. We're doing some technical analysis here. And so lower is actually better on this graph with the blue line. So you can see as the price movement kind of moved up and the social movement moved up at the same time, this thing, flatlined in a good way, and brought it down to, at this point, the number 5 alt rank, which is what pushed it into our coin of the day.
Mm-hmm. You touched a little bit about your alt rank. What coin right now is your number 1 ranked altcoin, or number 1 in your altcoin ranking?
I'll tell you just in one moment. The cool part about our alt rank is that it's actually changing. It's changing every single day, but it's changing every 30 seconds. But the cool part about that is you'll see projects that will continue to rank highly. And what we like to kind of tell some of our customers and people that are coming onto the site is that you should be paying attention to these projects, because the projects that are in this top 10. Oops, sorry, 1 second here. The projects that are in the top 10 of alt rank, and I'm sorting here on our homepage by alt rank, these are projects that you should be paying attention to, because there's price movement that's outperforming Bitcoin. There's social movement that's outperforming itself over time. And we're correlating all of those factors together so that, we're noticing in real time, are things moving and are they moving up? So you can see Chainlink, which, has been, it's basically been Chainlink, VeChain, Thor, kind of battling each other, along with, you can see even in the alt rank now, basic attention token is number 5, Crypto.com chain is number 6, and Tezos, which announced some staking on Coinbase last week, but tailed off a little bit. But I am seeing some very early indications that there's something else going on with Tezos right now, and I'm not sure exactly. I did a little bit of research. I couldn't dig too much, but it sounds like someone's trying to build an ETF for Tezos. Mm-hmm.
Really interesting. It's seemingly that someone who could see your altcoin rank, or your alt rank, as you call it, might have a little inside scoop that some other traders don't. I noticed there that you also have the Galaxy score. Could you also go into a little bit about what kind of parameters go into making that Galaxy score?
Sure. Yeah. So the Galaxy score, we combine a couple different factors. We're combining what we're calling price score, and price score is kind of our back-tested technical analysis. And so we're looking at what would have performed the best over the last couple months. So we're looking at MACD, we're looking at histograms, and we're doing some analysis there. And then we're looking at our sentiment analysis. And so as we pull in data from across the web, we have some machine learning that we trained to look at crypto-specific data. And so we didn't pull in a natural language processing library and just kind of slap it on top of this data, because when someone says, Monero is going to the moon, even though they might be right, they might be wrong, that's a bullish statement. And you can't put standardized terms on top of that data. And so we do some sentiment analysis there that we've hand trained ourselves. And then we're looking at the actual impact of social, so the engagement. So it does take time, for a tweet or a post or some content to actually go viral. And so if something's posted, it might take some time for that to snowball. And so we're kind of doing some analysis and we have look back windows where we're saying, is some of the content that's happening here, is it really going off quickly? And so what we do is we actually correlate all that data together. And so we're looking at, are all of those factors moving together in conjunction? And if they are, that coin's Galaxy score is gonna be higher. And it's kind of a caution, advanced traders only. This score is changing pretty rapidly. And so we actually have a lot of developers that build on top of our API. And those are the ones that are using the Galaxy score and creating kind of bot scenarios to trade off of.
Mm-hmm. And lastly, I'm not sure if you got to look into it at all today, but earlier today it was quite a funny exchange during the crypto Twitter, where PayPal announced that they would no longer be supporting or allowing payments to Pornhub models using PayPal. And so CZ of Binance jumped in real quick to say that this might be a great opportunity for crypto to kind of fill that void. And I know a lot of crypto Twitter was also very active on that. Now, I don't know if you had a chance, were you able to see any sort of sentiment or any sort of movement and dialogue along that storyline?
I didn't dive into that story too deeply. So I personally haven't seen too much content on that, but now that you mention it, I might go in and check that out and see kind of what it's doing to the market.
I think Grin might be a good token for that. Joe, thank you so much for joining us here on LunarCRUSH, and we are looking forward to having you back next week for our segment. And for all of you viewers at BLOCKTV, make sure to check out LunarCRUSH.com for some insight analysis, as well as BLOCKTV.com for all the latest news in crypto and blockchain.
For more news and updates, follow us on Twitter.